Good afternoon and welcome to yet another absolutely scorchingly hot afternoon in northern Wiltshire. Today I'm going to be installing this. This is the Atlas Throttle Lock. So it's kind of like a cruise control for a bike that doesn't have cruise control fitted. These are supposed to be really quite good, so we'll see. These are like they're a grip rather than a lock. And you get them in bottom fit. You get them in bottom fit mounts, which go under the bar, and top fit, which kind of come down onto the bar. And it depends whether or not how big a gap you've got between the throttle handle and the casing, whether or not you've got heated grip wires coming out underneath or above, as to which one you get. But on the website it tells you how to work out whether or not you need the bottom fit or the top fit. I went for the bottom kit. We'll see if that's right. So this is the kit. Let's have a look and see what we get inside. Okay. So we have some instructions, a little packet with some bits in, and the lock unit itself. Let's have a look what's in here. Oh, so it looks like a couple of stickers. Everyone loves a sticker. An alcohol wipe, presumably for cleaning before you fit the thing. And then what have we got here? We've got some gel spacers, or I guess they're like friction mounts, little gel things, different sizes, 2 screws and an Allen key. Okay. So before I read the instructions, I always like to have a little look and see if I can figure things out myself. This looks like the on-off, which looks like it's really easy to control. And it puts pressure on this pad here and it's just forcing it out when you put it on. I don't know if that's going to be visible or not. Yeah, a little bit. So that pad is basically what's putting friction, presumably, and holding your throttle in place. Interesting. Right, I thought it'd be a good idea to read the instructions before I even attempt to go near a motorbike with this. Okay, apparently you can fit this in like 2 minutes. So this is the unit, okay. Detach the clamp arm from the body piece by pulling up on the bolt flange. There's a small tooth at the base of the bolt flange which will slide out of a V-cut. Take note of this. This isn't going to be as straightforward as they say it is. Okay, so according to this lot, it's got some really weird names. There's a rear joggle. I'm not actually even kidding. The rear joggle somewhere there, and a bolt flange. Okay. Detach the clamp arm from the body piece by pulling up on the bolt flange. Well, that's off. There is a small tooth at the base of the bolt flange. Okay. Which will slide out of a V cutout. Take note of this. Well, it came out so fast. I don't... Okay. Noted. Right, the next set of instructions. Apply the correct friction pad. Okay. I think I'm actually going to have to brave it and get the bike involved at this stage. instructions say. To select the correct friction, to select the correct friction pad, take the body piece without the clamp arm attached and place it on your throttle in the desired position. You do that. This is actually the next day. I realised last night when I was putting the footage together that I'd managed to either not record or delete quite an important step. So guess what? It's back off again, and I'm going to redo that bit so you can see. Right, the bit I managed to delete was actually the fitting of the friction pads onto the body. The friction pad. It goes on the back of the main plate. It's this little small square here. It comes in various different sizes, and the way you work out which size you need is to insert it into the right position, and then you see how much play you've got and how much movement, and ideally you just want it to touch. So this is actually the smaller friction pad that I've put on. There are some bigger ones, some slightly thicker ones if you have a bit more of a gap in there. I went with the smaller one. All you do is clean this base with the alcohol wipe, apply your friction pad, and you're supposed to wait 24 hours for it to cure. Obviously I didn't do that. It's actually been 24 hours now, so there's that. Take the place the body piece under the throttle tube where you want it to be. Take the clamp arm and slide the tooth into the V-cut. That V-cut that I had to note where it was. Noted about there. Oh, well, it made ratchet noises, so that's reassuring. So it said just to click it 2 or 3 times, so I did that. Take the bolt and thread it in with 2 rotations. Alright. The bolt goes, cunningly enough, through the bolt flange. In there. Okay, let's put a bolt in there then. So take the bolt and thread it with 2 rotations. Right, so we want it about there. We put the bolt in and thread it with 2 rotations. Well, I think that's a bit more than 2 rotations, but okay. What's next? Pull the bolt flange towards the head of the bolt until it touches. This pulls the clamp arm tooth partially out of the V-cut, but not fully. I wish I knew what it was talking about. Alright, so this is the thing, and it said pull that towards the bolt. Like that? Did I just do it? Yes, until it touches. Okay, not fully. Now hold the body piece in one hand. Done. And press down on the rear joggle as tight as you can. Make sure you are ratcheting the clamp arm down a section of the throttle tube that works best with the Atlas. This typically is the section directly to the left of the grip flange. So many flanges! Okay, press down on... Oh, okay. That's the thing. I did that. Use the provided Allen key to tighten the bolt down until the Atlas is firmly clamped. It's easy for you to say. Let's try that again. Use the provided Allen key, ta-da, and tighten the bolt down until the Atlas is firmly clamped to your throttle tube. Okay, tightening and firmly clamping. Oh, that's a shit Allen key. Gee whiz. I mean, there's surely got to be a better tool for the job than that. It doesn't even fit the hole. Assuming this is a case of the tighter the better, as long as the throttle is still... Okay. That's the most important bit, as I understand. Oh, Charlie, you're a dickhead. Okay, epic fail number 1. That's the perfect position. When the throttle's not doing anything. What I need is to have it there, so that when the throttle's twisted, that's where I need to hold it, not there. Muppet. So now I've got to undo it with the crappiest thing ever. And I'm thinking, this probably wasn't one of those scenarios where the tighter the better, until you actually know you've got the damn thing in the right place. Okay, slackened it off. Let's try that again. So on it, when it's turned like that, I want to be able to press it. So I've got to hold it there, put that in there, give that a couple of turns. That's not good. It's not springing back. Okay, what do I do in that instance? If you've clamped it too tightly and the throttle doesn't rotate freely, then loosen the bolt a quarter turn at a time until the throttle rotates freely. Oh, some fraction more. Okay, that's now springing back to where it should be. Okay, happy with that. Right, so it's installed, and that is pretty loose, and that's how it's supposed to be, springing back as soon as I let go of the throttle. So if you were accelerating and you want to lock the throttle in place, and there she is, she don't move, she's stayed in the same place. You can adjust it, so I want to give it a bit less, I want to give it a bit more. If I want to cancel it altogether, that's it. On, off. Okay. Well, it's all fitted. It wasn't as easy as I'd hoped it was going to be. Maybe that was because there was too many flanges and sprockets and stuff. I'm not going to test it out today. It's just too hot. I can't bear putting a helmet on. I'll test it out another day. So I've come out today to test out the throttle lock, the Atlas Throttle Lock that I installed yesterday. It's a bit cooler today, so just going to give it a go and try and find some quiet-ish roads just to test it out at low speeds. Let's give this a go. Get up to a gradual speed. I want to hold it here, so I engage. And there she is, she's holding. I can decelerate, accelerate, and cancel. Lock it So it's fitted, tried and tested. It's just going to sit on the bike. If I want to use it, it's there, but as you can see, unless I engage it, it's not getting in the way, it's not doing anything. I'm hoping it's going to come in handy on my longer tour. I'm going to be quite cautious with it to start with until I'm used to it. I like the fact that it's easy to stop and cut the friction out and just return to normal handling of the literally press of a button. Probably not the most mechanically minded installation video you've ever seen, but I'm learning. I'm learning every day and I'm giving it a go. So keep posted for lots more trial and error videos on how-tos and definitely how not tos. Thanks for watching.